Hello and welcome Silrace here with Black Desert Online, and today I want to give you some basics on getting started with production money making. As in using things you have your various workers gather for you to turn it into silver for yourself. It requires trading them to Trade Manager and takes a little bit of time and micromanagement, but it can be extremely lucrative once you get it rolling. So let's show what I mean, and obviously you will need some contribution points to get it going on all of this, and highly suggest having at least one town connected, like so. Like for example, I have, well, these two towns here connected, so you can craft in one place, take it to the other place for bigger profit, so to say. But as an example here, we have, oops, wrong building, it is this one. For example, here is a mushroom workbench. And all of these things which are called crates, these are things you sell to a trade manager. As soon as you put one of these into your inventory, you are counted as carrying a trade pack right then and there. So, for example, using this house here, this mushroom workbench as an example, there is like fortune teller mushroom crates and arrow mushroom crates. You use a worker. Well, firstly you need to own this particular house as a mushroom workbench instead of, for example, storage. Then you use a worker to make these, and the requirements for making the crates are right there. Now to show that off on the map, if I look, for example, here, arrow mushrooms, or here, fortune teller mushrooms. Same thing can be done at other locations, such as, for example, I happen to be standing in Hadel, where I could be doing the same thing with, for example, wood workbench and making crates of wood if I happen to be farming food or having my workers gather wood for me. I could turn those into crates of wood. I actually made a couple, so I could go pick those up from the, well, bank or warehouse, and that is exactly what I am going to do here right now, so you can see what is going on. And you can also grab a quick gander on how much profit you could be making with these things. So now I have the two of them in my inventory, and I'm immediately running around with a trade backpack. So I'm moving slower, and I can take these to another place to trade them in. And quickly showing those prices on them, as you can see, the prices aren't overly bad, right? So yeah, those go to Trade Manager, but note also that when you have towns connected like this, if you are transporting a whole lot of things and you don't have, for example, a wagon or whatnot, you could actually use this transport function. And remember that the longer the distance, the more profit you will make. For example, if I did currently have Hadel and Calfian connected, I could be making more profit on it, on this particular run of items. And since I am not using a trade wagon, which I am actually seeing a trade wagon here, I am obviously moving much slower and can carry way less. But whether you wanna do it by this way is up to you, whether you want to transport them using the transport function and lose a little bit of money on the transport function, or whether you want to actually get yourself a proper, carriage, proper trade wagon to transport your goodies with to start making profit. That is up to you. Basically anything in the game which workers can gather for you can be turned into crates and can be, well, made money out of. My recommendation for early stuff is wood. That is simply put my recommendation. There are two very easily accessible ash nodes out of Velia, and there is a very easily accessible maple node from Hadel. You can get started with wood very quickly, very early, and so forth. And I'm gonna drop by right here. These have been made here in Hadel, but I can still sell them to her for a little bit of a price, as you can see. So I could do them here, or I can walk all the way over to Velia to make a little bit of extra profit. I might do that. Thank you very much for watching. Hopefully this was helpful. Hopefully this gets you going on making some money from all those things you have been gathering.